What is going on, everybody? It's the Daily Fantasy Hitman back at you with another League of Legends breakdown. We got a 4-game slate to break down, so let's get into it, starting with the LCK. We got Gen.G taking on Fredit Bryan, and Gen.G has blue side advantage. Now, when you look at their record on the blue side, it's not going to be very pretty. It's going to be something around... If I remember correctly, I think it's 4-3, 8-4. Okay, bit wrong on that. 8-4 on the blue side versus Fredit Bryan, who, I mean, we know what this team is about, right? 8th place in the LCK, 3-7, 7-15 game record. Gen.G's second place, 7-3, 17-7. So I'm not going to say that this game is going to be close, because it probably isn't. 3-7 on the red side for Fredit Bryan. I mean, you're looking at things like goal differential at 15 minutes, negative 1450. I don't like this Fredit Bryan squad a lot. I like them versus weaker teams, like maybe Live Sandbox, or maybe, they had that upset against KT Rolster. But, I'm not going to have them start picking off top dogs like Gen.G, stuff like that. So I mean, this one's about as clear as day for me. You go over to the GG bet, and you check the odds. I'm pretty sure Gen.G's coming in as like a minus 1,600 favorite. Pretty massive. Just check here the LCK. Let's get the LPL up as well. But yeah, you look right here. Minus 1,429 favorite. That's gross, right? So they're the biggest favorites on the entire slate. Gen.G 2-0 here. Wrap it up, seal it up, it's a done deal. Now let's go over to Afrika Freaks versus KT Rolster. I actually am picking the dog here. Afrika Freaks are on the blue side. They have blue side advantage. Go over to things like this. You see, how are they doing on that blue side so far, right? Well, it looks like Afrika, they can only get their footing on the blue side, because they're 3-10 on the red side, and they're 7-4 on that blue side. You want to go back and look and see who some of the teams they've beaten on that blue side are? Let's do it. DRX, KT Rolster, Hanwha Life, T1, wrap it up, seal it up, Afrika 2-1. No, I'm not going to say it's already done, but yeah, Afrika 2-1 here, mainly because Afrika has that blue side advantage versus KT Rolster, and KT Rolster just swapped 40% of their lineup. They dropped both their junglers. Gideon, who's only played 14 games professionally so far, is their new jungler. They swapped out Ucout for Dove, okay? They could potentially swap out Hybrid for Noah, although I don't know why you would. But the fact of the matter here is, this is a newer roster now for KT Rolster, and the fact that they're getting red side here, I mean, they had a cakewalk matchup here, first time out with the new roster, Fredit Bryan. They almost lost that matchup, right? The head-to-head kill score, I believe, was 23-22 in KT Rolster's favor. Okay? So, I'm going to Afrika Freaks 2-1 over KT Rolster here. Now let's move on to the LPL. We have some banger matchups. We got JDG versus TT. Just kidding, that matchup sucks. Let's check the odds. Oof. JDG minus 1,000 favorite versus Thundertalk Gaming. Throw in that they are on side selection advantage here, and yeah, JDG, wrap it up, seal it up. That's a 2-0 for me. I don't think Thundertalk puts up too much competition here. They did beat Rare Atom, but when they beat Rare Atom, it was like 7 kills to 4, and they just kind of wiped them in a late team fight and then walked down. So like things like that are going to be tough to do versus JDG, who's a much more well put together team than Rare Atom is. Now let's move on to that last game of the series. IG versus EDG. This is the matchup of the entire slate, okay? Now, everyone and their mom is going to be on EDG here. I mean, first place in the LPL, how could you not be, right? I mean, this team is absolutely bonkers right now. 8-0, only lost 2 individual games. They're facing off versus 9th place Invictus Gaming, who's coming in here with a 4-4 record, 10-8 overall in the games, right? Interesting enough, though, you look over here at Invictus Gaming, and you'll see something that I think is very intriguing. You will see something about Oh, they're 8-1 on the blue side versus 2-7 on the red side. Now, I did look into who they beat on blue side. It wasn't the best pick. It wasn't the pick of the litter, right? But they did have a win in there over RNG, and they did have a win in there over JDG. So, I mean, that's two of the top 5 teams. And IG is still a top tier team. I still hold them in this top 6 here, even though they're currently in 9th. So, what do I think is even more interesting? Uh-oh. Lucas is still in the support role over Balan. And then look at this. ADC, we're going back to Puff. You remember Puff? Puff is the guy who started for Invictus Gaming last year, 109 games, and Invictus Gaming had a 60% win rate in those games. Okay? He has a lot more chemistry, in my opinion, with Rookie and with the Shy. And I believe together they can play more of a, I don't know how to say it, but more of a synchronized game. There we go. More of a synchronized game together. I noticed a lot of the time Wink he had a very low kill participation. And things like that are hard to, when your bot lane is not getting involved in the fights, you can easily get overran by another team who has a proactive bot lane. And I would say EDG does have a proactive bot lane with Viper looking like one of the best ADCs in the LPL at this current moment. But I think IG bringing back their old ADC, having side selection here, let's not forget that. IG has side selection here. So they could get blue side twice here versus EDG. Now EDG is a great team, okay? Now saying that they're going to lose is a very hard prospect, right? But look at things like this. First blood percent, 56, 61, right? IG actually leads them there. Other things like this, first to 3 tower, EDG's in the lead. Look at this, first dragon, 71%, 53. Baron control, they're up on 2%. I mean, they're little tiny things, right? But remember, we're not specifically just talking about getting a clean win here, right? We're looking at DFS as well. And IG comes in here, 0.98 combined kills per minute, #1 in the LPL. So that means when they win, it's a massive win with a whole lot of kills. In EDG, when they've lost, they've allowed 17.5 kills per game in those 2 losses. I believe it was 18 and 17 kill totals. Now, it's hard to look into things like that because they've only lost twice. But IG, coming off a break with a new ADC on blue side where they're 8-1, I think they can get it done here with the upset. And GG Bet agrees with me because IG is only a plus 145 dog. Okay? This is arguably the closest match next to the Afrika game where I'm picking the dog there. I love me some dogs, but we have the stats to give us at least a fighting chance here for IG, right? I'm going to give them the 2-1, IG 2-1 over EDG. Final picks, Gen.G 2-0 over Frederick Brown. Afrika Freaks 2-1 over KT Rolster. JDG 2-0 over Thunder Talk. Invictus Gaming 2-1 over EDG. Now, if you want my full DFS breakdown, you can find it here, patreon.com/DFS Hitman. We already got the LPL article up, or LPL/LCK article up. Give me a subscription on YouTube if you could, pretty please. And you know what? Let's get it. Good luck, everyone. Let's have fun tonight. Let's go.